WCXO, Carlisle.
This broadcast is a presentation of WCXO Sports. WCXO Sports. Since 1999, the sports voice of the Carlisle Indians, the Central Cougars, the Mater Dei Knights, and the Westland Warriors presents Talkin Sports on Max 96.7. Talkin Sports is powered by Hoffman Supermarket, the only choice for quality meats and friendly service. Talkin Sports is brought to you by Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in Centralia. Kaskaskia College. The future's yours at Kaskaskia College. Emin Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. Diane Chevrolet in Trenton. McKendree University in Lebanon. Ideal Home Solutions in Trenton. Farmers State Bank Insurance Department in Hoffman. Seaver Brothers in Carlisle. And by Becker Jewelers with locations
down here. A lot of nice people. It's a football crazed area.
Yeah, no doubt about that. So that's great. Well, enjoy. You back for the weekend or what? What's the itinerary?
I'll fly out tomorrow morning and got a game back in that area tomorrow night, Friday night, Saturday night.
Okay.
Then take a day or two off and get ready for the holiday tournament.
Yep, it's unbelievable. It is almost here. Well, let's go to a little football. I know that's a subject near and dear to you. And hey, Oklahoma, the Oklahoma Sooners are in this little playoff, huh? Clemson, okay. Georgia and Bama, it's going to be fun.
It's going to be a great time. Of course, I'm a big Oklahoma fan. Not quite a big Oklahoma fan as Ohio State, but I'll take one of my two teams in there.
And since you brought up Ohio State, and I like Alabama, of course, that was somewhat of the controversial. You know, if there was one, it was Bama, and I actually like Bama playing and everything. But I did. I'm not going to really argue much because I love the playoff. I want to go to 8 at some point, but I'm okay. But I think the Big Ten was dissed all year long. Wisconsin undefeated. They're no good. They're no good. And I know Ohio State got rolled by Iowa. That was a terrible loss, but. I mean, you could make a lot of ground for Ohio State and even probably more USC with their strength of schedule.
You know, it's funny. You can be the biggest fan and also be the biggest critic. I think the loss to Iowa set them back, and
it did.
Actually would have put them in the right. I would have put them there too. I didn't think they deserved it after that loss.
Yeah, it stung them, no doubt about it. The only thing that gets me, and again, I like watching Bama, and I even like Nick Saban. Figure that out, but
I do too.
I'm not too large on Urban Meyer, but there's something about it to me when Alabama, in this case, sits at home that last weekend while other teams are scrambling and they have the opportunity to win that conference championship or lose, and they just sit back and in a way back their way in to the Final Four.
You know, I love the playoff system, don't get me wrong, but then we can say, well, what if you had 8 teams? You know, then people, what if you had 12? Well, I mean, I've said all along, I always thought 8 would be the perfect number, but I'll still take 4 beats.
Yes. And it's going to go to 8. You know it will. Mm-hmm. And with 8 teams, yes, there are still exceptions and so forth, but if you have 8 teams in, you're almost assuredly you're going to get the best football team in the country. You're not going to miss out on too many more. That 9, 10, 11 usually doesn't have much of a fighting chance.
I just think if they went to 8, they would probably always get it right.
I know you won't ever leave anybody off, really. That'd take care of it. And everybody else goes to 6. It's going to happen. The money's going to just be huge, too huge, obviously, Trent. At some point, they're going to have to make the switch.
Isn't it amazing that everybody else can use that format?
I know.
That NCAA can't.
Yeah. It's but I'm like you. I'm just I was amazed that it ever happened, and now I'm good with the 4. But yeah, we need to do that trickle to 8 at some point. But the Oklahoma Sooners, you played a little football there for Barry, didn't you, Barry?
Yeah, that's fact. Yeah.
My goodness,
that's my guy.
What years would have that been?
You're looking back at 1979, 1980.
79, 80. Okay.
Yeah, you're going back a ways. That's back when.
No, I'm just laughing at Switzer. I'm not laughing at Switzer. I mean the stories surrounding Switzer and those bootleg days and his coaching. And I mean, that's those characters of the game. I love that.
But the one thing about that guy, his players were always first.
Probably so.
And he was very protective of his guys. And for what it's worth, I mean, he was a player's coach.
I have no doubt about that. He was a success. I know some shenanigans which occurs with most big time schools, but Lane Kiffin, my goodness, he I haven't watched I don't watch any of these preliminaries really. It's not to say there aren't some good games. I just like the stuff that really means a lot, but they just they swamped Akron last night, and he did do quite a turnaround for Florida Atlantic in just one season, didn't he?
Wow,
man!
And I actually was in a place here last night that Terry Bradshaw's brother has a little place, and these guys, and I went over there last night. I'm gonna tell you what, that was pretty impressive.
50-3,
and they just keep laying the wood to you. I mean, they don't let up. Boy.
Yeah, he probably caught a little heck for that, but he also got a new contract. Although, how long do you think he'll spend for that stay?
Well, let me see. You mean now the 10-year contract?
Yes, the remaining 10 years, 2 or 3, if things go well.
I was going to say 3, but I thought I was probably going to stretch it by saying that.
Now, I know he's not that well liked, but if he can win, somebody will open up a spot for him.
They will, but boy, he's really burned a lot of bridges.
He has. For as young as he still is.
to sign a 10-year contract and there's hardly any bridges left. I just don't. Yeah, I'm not following that 10-year deal.
I'd love to see that contract. All the outs he has in that baby.
Yeah, I'm sure that was read over real carefully.
Yeah, Mike Leach. Now here's my guy. He's I love to watch his press conferences. He's fantastic. He gets 5 more years from Washington State. He's quite interesting. He says what's on his mind.
Not only is he quite interesting, he's quite smart.
Oh, yeah.
If you look at any of these guys so far that have talked about these playoff systems, Leach has said from day one it should be 8 teams, and he's kind of where I get my philosophy on that. Everybody else does it, but not us. And you can read some of his stuff on YouTube about it. And he's spot on. Oh,
yeah, YouTube is hilarious stuff, but the serious nature too. But yeah, you simply take the 5 Power 5 conference, the conference champions. Now I would take to make that last game count, and then 3 at-large teams. You can get that conference champion loser, or you could get Western Michigan in maybe on a certain year, whatever the case may be. Let's see, who was it this year? Now that they had, was it Central Michigan?
Or was it Central Florida? I'm thinking Central Florida.
Yeah, I forgot the team now this year. But have faith there, man. It's going to happen. But yeah, I'm looking forward. I guess that's New Year's Day, and then the following Monday night they'll play the championship. The way I
correct. Well, who do you like?
I like Clemson and Oklahoma in the championship. Put it that way. And I think right now I would take Oklahoma because of that QB.
Good. I like to hear that.
I like Baker Mayfield. How can you not like Baker Mayfield? What a talent.
I actually like him a lot.
Yeah.
He's still a kid, and he's going to say some stupid stuff, but who doesn't at that age?
Hey, with the stuff going on in the NFL, if they have a problem with him, that's the least of their worries, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Evan Longoria, he's gone, so the Cardinals won't be putting him under the Christmas tree.
Did that just happen? Because I didn't see it.
He went to the Giants. They were
going to get somebody. That was the other team out there going to get something. Some kind of bat.
He sure did. I'm fine with Longoria. I would have taken him in a heartbeat.
I'd have taken him in a second.
He's steady. He's just a steady player. He's a good player. No nonsense, no problems, none of that stuff. But he's gone.
I liked him more than Machado because of what you'd have had to give up to get him, possibly, and as a rental player to begin with.
Right. It would be a shocker if he stayed there after 1 year. I don't want him to get Machado, really. I'm not saying he's a good player, but I don't because they're going to get a bunch for him in return. They're not going to give him away like Miami gave away everybody.
Cardinal fans are funny because they don't think the Cardinals are ever trying to do right. The Cardinals aren't really frugal. They're just a little smarter with their money than some teams.
Yeah, and we all get but you're right. The overall track record is pretty good. They've won their share and more than their share. I know. Hey, you can't win every year, can you, Cubbies? They had their year, 108 years. Come on.
Could be a while again too. You just never know.
It might be. Yeah. So they missed out on. Longoria's off the board now. I don't know if that means they're going to go after Donaldson. I understand Donaldson wants to stay in Toronto, so not that it's his choice, I guess, but I'm not sure.
You know, I still like him too because I think any of those above make the Cardinals better. I mean, they've just got to add something that scares somebody in the middle of their lineup because they have nothing that scares anybody.
But Ozuna now, he's going to be a big aid.
I argued that point with Bernie Nicholas last year that Ozuna was the guy instead of Fowler last year.
Oh, did you?
I sure did, and he was on me about that. I guess now he's living him up, so it's kind of funny.
Well, he's had a good career to date. I know that was his breakout year last season. If he can duplicate that, who knows? I mean, he doesn't have Stanton in that lineup with him, but he is a good ball player and all. And they've got him tied up for a while too. I think he's a stud. He'll do
and he's a very good defensive player.
Yeah.
And if Fowler can swallow his pride and get out of center field and let Pham play there, their outfield finally shapes up to look like three creditable outfielders.
Although we thought that last year, didn't we?
We did.
I still think Fowler's a good center. A lot of times guys do come over and for whatever, they'll try too hard. I don't know, but I think he's going to have a better year than last year, and he's got to stay a little healthier too. I don't know if that was in his mind a little bit or what, but I still think he's a real good ball player.
Their lineup is just so weird when you have to leave Carpenter off. It just doesn't make sense.
I'm like, I think I'm with you on the tradition. I like somebody up there who can, leg out a base hit and steal a bag or two. And boy, it's really changed over the years. But hey, it worked for over 100 years. I don't like those changes now.
Yeah, I just can't get it in my head that you can't hit anywhere else in the lineup.
Oh, that's ridiculous. That is. Now here's where a lot of people, of course, I'm in the minority on this one, but which I don't mind, but I'm not convinced of Tommy Pham. And I don't want to see him trade Grichuk for that reason. That was his first good year ever. And he's had a lot of injuries. I know they say the eyes, whatever. But I'm not, and he's 29, 30. It took him a long time. So I'm just not putting him in the corner of 320 and 25 home runs again either.
I'm not the biggest fan that much because I don't know if I like him personality-wise.
He get a little cocky at the end of the year, wasn't he?
Yeah, I don't like some of the things that he says. He actually backed it up this year.
He did.
My cap.
Oh, yeah.
My cap. But I'm kind of like you. I don't know what's going to happen there. But he got pretty big for his britches.
He did.
The second half of the year on some of the things he said. I'd have rather him just been a quiet assassin, just kept producing and just kept his mouth shut.
And overall, I generally do like him. He's a really intelligent guy, man. But yeah, he did toward the end of the year. Although I did hear one or two point out, nobody else on the team would say anything, which is true too. It's just kind of like, let's play out the schedule,
Even the All-Star stuff he was talking about, I thought was a little bit ridiculous, to run your mouth like that.
So the pressure's on. I hope he comes through. Matt Adams is heading to the Nationals. He just signed for a year with the Nationals, so he's going to back up Ryan Zimmerman and do some pinch hitting. Matt, big city is, let's see, what's my buddy, what's Scott Wernsman call him? All of a sudden I forgot. Big lunch. I like to steal that from him.
Yeah, I know two big lunches now. If they call him Big Lunch,
yeah, he's
big lunch in Carlisle.
True. I always liked Adams though, actually, and so I wish him well.
I hope he does well, but he just to me has never had that much value, and I could be dead wrong. I did at one time I thought he could play a little defense. Then I got to the point where I didn't think he could. And then I thought he could hit a little bit. And then it seems to me like they figured him out a little bit. Then I was trying to figure out what his worth was.
Yeah. And I know he did most of his damage when he first came over to Atlanta, but it was 271, 19 homers. And his stats for his career are pretty, he's around 270. And that's, if you extend that out the whole season, some of these guys, which is true, it's great if you can play every day and really find out. And, but of course that doesn't happen a lot either. It's all this lefty righty stuff and all that junk.
These guys that can just know that their role is to bat 120, 140 times a year, start 30 games and pinch hit, and they got that figured out. Those are key players.
Yeah,
fill your roster with about 4 or 5 of those, and you've got a pretty good bench.
That's true. That is very true. Hey, you mentioned holiday tournaments and everything. If we get a chance, we'll peek at the Illini and whatever. But, yeah, modern day, Centralia, where are you at? And are you running the show, or are you heading up the officiating lineups, or what's the structure there?
Yeah, for both of the places, I got the officials for both places. And it's funny about that, too, because trust me when I tell you, the officials are assigned those positions before the teams are even drawn out.
All right.
A lot of people say, I can't believe you put him and him on that game. Well, you don't really understand, my friend. You're also trying to get guys because there are tournaments in Collinsville, there's tournaments in Dietrich, there's tournaments in Carbondale. Sometimes it's hard to get guys, and you're trying to run them around 3 or 4 venues. It's tough.
Oh, definitely. I don't know how you get that many. I mean, those many years ago, it was 2 officials per game. There were no girls games, and now it's 3 per game, boys, girls, you name it. It's amazing. And I want to congratulate you, and I'll get to the rest as we go, but you, Spanky Smith, Randy Buzzy Hart, you're all about to become IBCA Hall of Famers. Way to go.
Well, thanks, Rip. That's nice.
That's when is that? That in April all the time?
May 5th.
May, okay.
Like I said, I really had no idea about that. It just kind of came in the mail last week, and I think I was surprised as anybody else.
Yeah, well, that's good, and all 3 going in together, not bad. I'm sure you always have time for those long speeches up there, so you better start jotting one together.
Yeah, as many people as they run through there, I doubt there'll be time to talk.
It's pretty much the way I get it. They say your name and give a plaque to you, and it's goodbye. But yeah, that's the only thing that probably they just have so many inductees. It would take forever, of course. But the main thing is you get notched in that hall. So that's pretty cool deal.
And the girls over there in Oakville are going to go in, I believe, the Hash Hider girls.
Oh, I've got Michelle on coming up, as a matter of fact.
Yeah,
I did not see that entire list, so I'll have to ask her about that.
I believe those 2 girls, and also I believe as far as kind of in our area is Bobby Wagner.
Bobby from Pinckneyville?
Coach at Pinckneyville.
Oh, okay.
So that was kind of what I seen. I did get a full list, and I started thinking, my gosh, there's a lot of people.
Yeah, there are. But yeah, I never did see the complete list, actually.
Actually, some of them, when Carrollton had those real good girls teams, and a couple of those girls went to, I think, SIUE. Can't really remember, but I believe there was 3 of them. I see those 3 girls are going in as well.
Okay, well, good deal. Hey, just time to ask you about the St. Louis Blues. Are you following them at all? They're having another good year.
I love the Blues. I don't get to go very much.
I don't. Just watch them on the tube mainly.
If I'm at home, I love to watch them. If I'm on the road, I like to, I'll check out the scores on CBS every period. But I don't go a lot, but I love them.
And they are in Calgary tonight, and they're in the thick of things. That Western Conference is just tough as nails, though. 4 teams with 46 points. Then you have Tampa Bay. They lead and Vegas is right there. That's amazing. An expansion team. I mean, they're in the heart of it.
Can you believe what they've done to teams? I started looking when the Blues were so hot right off the bat, and that's like the first team that had their number.
And they're winning at home. Everybody thought, maybe the visiting teams are just going in there and having too much fun. I wouldn't doubt that.
I think they better be careful there.
Probably so. Okay, well, congrats on the Hall of Fame honor, and we'll see you around the basketball court. Be sure and take care of Stoneside for Stoney, okay? Because
actually, we got him at both places. I'll send you a schedule. Is
he at both? I talked to him the other day. I know he said he was at Centralia, and actually my text machine quit or something. We ran out of juice
tell you,
there.
When I get home tomorrow, I'll send you the schedule both places so you can follow it.
Okay. Right. No, there's a lot of good people refereeing. Is Kevin Cates coming back?
He'll come back, but he doesn't referee anymore. But he'll be home for the holidays. Yeah.
Okay, so he quit that a year or 2 ago, huh? Maybe longer.
Quit
than I
about
think.
2 years ago. He just hated coming back and only doing 5 or 6 games, so he just gave it up.
Okay, all right, very good. All right, well, have fun in the rest of the stay down in Shreveport. We'll see you around the courts.
Thanks, Rip. See you soon.
That's Trent Purcell from Shreveport, Louisiana, and he came your way on the Isaac Auto. Well, Scores and Stuff, period, was brought to you by Isaac Auto Body in Carlisle. See them for 24-hour towing and collision repair. That's the wrap there. Isaac Auto Body in Carlisle. Michelle Buryanek is coming up. So is Brian Perks and the flashback, too. Hang with us.
Visit Breeze Motors to find the perfect car, truck, SUV, or CUV that fits your lifestyle and your budget. Breeze Motors is offering new 2016 Ford vehicles and a wide selection of pre-owned units. Breeze Motors has kept your vehicles in tip-top shape with genuine Ford parts in their service department for over 100 years. On Old Route 50 West in Breeze, visit breezemotorsales.com. Breeze Motors, your family dealer since 1913.
Reverend Chiropractic in Breeze would like to say thank you to our patients, staff, and local healthcare professionals for their continued support and cooperation as we celebrate 10 years in business. At Reverend Chiropractic, our focus is to work with you, the patient, and your other healthcare providers to deliver the best and most effective care possible. Please take advantage of our evening and weekend hours and call 526-4700 to schedule an appointment with Dr. Craig Reverman or Dr. Travis Isaac.
Farmers State Bank is dedicated to the communities they serve. They've been making home loans for over 100 years. They are and will continue to be a strong, steady, common-sense leader that's always focused on what's best for you and the community. And remember, Farmers State Bank has loan professionals standing by to assist you in making the right decision for your needs. That's Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. An equal housing lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 404955. Need insurance? Insurance you can really count on? If so, turn to Dan Imming at Imming Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Dan and his staff will provide you with the insurance coverage and service you deserve. Whether it's auto, home, life, health, or commercial, your choices aren't limited either. Imming Insurance Agency represents many outstanding companies, so get covered by the best. Call Imming Insurance Agency at 594-4536 or stop by 589 9th Street in Carlisle. Imming Insurance Agency, a proud supporter of Clinton County sports.
Do you mind if I turn on the radio?
The music is great and it doesn't cost anything.
It's Max 96.7.
Welcome back, everybody. Rip here in the Carlisle Meat Market Studio. Let's flash the Tucker Electric guest line for Oakville and Lady Rockets basketball coach Michelle Haussider Burunick. Michelle, welcome back.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Your team is winning and winning and winning. Are you 10-1? Am I up to date?
We're 11-1.
You're 11-1. So you did play Pinckneyville the other day.
Yes, we did.
Okay, I couldn't honestly find anything. So how'd that go for you besides the victory? Was it an easy win or?
Oh, it's always hard to play at Pinckneyville. And,
that's true.
We played so, and I don't know. I think maybe I got a lot of girls stressed out about finals and all that, worrying about tests. Like that's what I keep hearing about.
See, I never worried about finals because I knew I wasn't going to do any good anyway.
Yeah, well,
they have a different attitude and a different degree of knowledge.
Yeah, I have some that are pretty smart, and they worry about their grades.
Oh, that's the way it ought to be. And you reached that 11 victory level by blasting Woodlawn, and then the win against Pinckneyville. So all is good. I know the Woodlawn win came on the heels of your only setback of the season against Breeze Mater Dei over at Breeze.
Well, it was actually at home. It was at Oakville, and I thought Mater Dei did a great job of attacking the basket, and I thought they played well that night. I didn't think we played particularly well, and you might have to probably give Mater Dei credit for that, but I don't know. We didn't play with the hunger that we normally played with, and we're just kind of going through the motions. And we had our chances at the end to take the lead, and we just didn't capitalize. We missed our free throws. We missed the layup. We had numerous chances, but it just wasn't in the cards. But actually, I think it did us a little good, woke us up a little bit. So you can always learn from.
That's true too.
Wins and losses, you got to learn something, and I think we learned something from it. So.
Yeah, you never want to lose, but if and when it happens, you want to try and learn something from it, and it may give you that little jolt to. Again, pick yourself up and get after it. But, yeah, that was a 2-point, 39-37, and you had won 9 in a row before that. 4 of those came at the Nashville Invitational Tournament, right? The Thanksgiving affair? Yes.
Yep. We came out, and we were playing well, and our defense has been strong. We've played good defense, and against Mater Dei that night, we didn't really play good defense, but I think that we're, it's a work in progress. It's a long season, and you got to keep working on a lot of things. You know how it's a hills and valleys.
That's
right.
You
just got to work your way through them.
You hope for mostly peaks. It doesn't always work, but you're in that direction right now. But yeah, if you can play defense, and of course offense it's a lot more fun, isn't it, Michelle? But if you can play defense every game, make most of those foul shots, hustle, rebound, you're going to be in a lot of them. And you got some good talent. The Hornets, you've got their number twice this year. You played them twice, once in the championship game down at the Assembly Hall.
Yep. We were in a tight game with them in the championship game, and then we played them again a week later, and that time we had beaten by we played a great fourth quarter. We didn't even give up a point in the fourth quarter.
And pitched a shutout.
They played, they played really good defense. I thought that, as long as, they're going to make some shots, but if you're contesting every shot and you're, I thought we did a good job of contesting every shot. So, you're dealing with high school age kids, 16, 17, 18-year-old kids. So, but they're a great group of kids. They work hard. They do what we ask, and they're just a pleasure to work with.
Well, right now you've won 11 of 12 then, and you've had some impressive victories, and you're chalking up all these W's. Now, I'm sorry she's not playing either, but without the services of Madison Hockstead, and what's her situation, and is she recovering? And give us some info on her.
Yeah, that wasn't the way we wanted to start the season.
No.
She tore her ACL the first minute and a half of our first game.
Wow.
Against Collinsville. So, it was, you couldn't think it could happen right away like that. That's what happened to us. And the kids have responded well. She did tear her ACL. She's doing rehab right now, and she's might try to come back and play on it, see what we can do off of that, because she isn't going to really hurt it much more. She has to have surgery anyway to repair it, because she signed at SIUE. She signed in the early signing period.
Correct.
But
yes.
She's working her butt off, and so hopefully we can get her back for here and there, and it'll help us out. But the kids have responded well from all that happening. You don't know how they're going to respond, especially during that game and off of that. And they've done well. It doesn't really matter who it is. It's a different person each night picking us up. And, that's kind of what a good team is. You can't rely on one or two. And that's what we got. It doesn't really matter who it is. And they're playing as a team.
Well, I certainly hope she can make it back for her sake and yours. And SIUE would probably love to see that too. And yeah, you're simply carrying on, but you got a lot of other good players. 4 starters still back from a season ago, and you did quite well.
Yes, got Audrey Jansen and Madeline Tapey, and Cassie and Tebby are my other seniors. They're playing well, and Kate Lohman, a junior. Those were my starters last year. They're, playing well. And then Kim Schmidt, a junior, has come a long way, and she's playing well for us. And that's a hard job to come in and fill in for Hockstead, and she's done a great job.
Who figures the most prominently in the scoring column and the rebounding and such, Michelle?
Well, we're kind of all we're pretty balanced.
Love it.
Tapey 10, around 10 points a game, and so is Jansen 9 points a game, and then I got Kate and Lohman and Cassie Ann Tebby and Kim Schmidt all in that 7-point range. So that's what's kind of nice. You got a variety, and I think the other night we played a game and I only had one person in double figures, but everything was like 10, 9, 9, 8 set. I mean, you can't ask for.
Can't key on one person, that's the good news there. But you've also got, and I don't know how many of these dress, but I see where you have 4 freshmen on the roster. Do any of them dress for the varsity?
No, they do not.
Okay, none of them. But John Krause's daughter, Chloe, one of those. And what about the other?
Yep.
Another Hockstead on there?
Yep, that would be Madison's younger sister, Savannah. She's
Very
coming
good.
around. She'll be a good player for us. And yes, I got Coach Krause's daughter, Chloe. Great kid. She works hard. Got an Amy Cuck. She's a freshman, comes in, and she's really playing well. And then Shay Sawicki. So, we don't bring that many in, because we're a small school every year, but they seem to be catching on, and hopefully we can just keep moving in the right direction with them.
A few more minutes with Michelle here on Talkin' Sports. 23-7 was your record a season ago. You went to the 1A sectional final, and with or without, preferably with Madison, you've got a chance to reach that distance and more, don't you?
Yeah, we'll have a tough road. In our area, we got Lebanon's a great team, and then you also got Tri-Star Rock, good 1A schools that, depends on how. I haven't seen the breakdown if we're all going to take each other out.
Let's hope not. Yeah.
Already in regionals, but sometimes that happens with us. And,
True.
And it's hard when you got those good teams all in the same part. You wish you wouldn't have to take them all out because you're playing tougher competition. You seem like in your regional than you will, up at state or in your sectional. So
tends to happen. You've got Riverview Gardens round 1 over at Mascoutah in what is always a star-studded event. Mascoutah and Highland. Wow.
Yeah, that, we play in those big tournaments, and I think it helps us out in the postseason. But yeah, we will, anytime you go play with those 3 and 4A schools, you got your hands full. And, but I think we'll do all right. You don't know how they'll respond, but it's, I'm glad we're in there, and we got Riverview Gardens, and then win or lose, we'll either have Cahokia or Jacksonville.
Huh? Have they been in before?
No, this is their first year, so I don't really know anything about them.
They must be good if they decide to come in from that distance.
you would think.
I used to go to Fairmount Park a lot. When those horses from Chicago came down, they didn't come down to lose.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think the basketball tournament's kind of the same way. I was like, I said, if they're getting in for the first time, I would think they're probably pretty decent.
But we'll see. So, hey, we just had Trent Purcell on, who does a lot of the officiating, basketball, of course, football and stuff too. He's one of the officials around here going into the IBCA Hall of Fame, and he just tipped me off. I did not see the whole list. Are you entering as well this spring?
I'm already in. Actually,
you are. I would have thought so, but another Hossider or two.
My sisters are going in.
Both. Okay, fantastic.
Yep. So yeah, I'm already in, but yeah, my sisters are
Kelly and Katie.
Yes.
That is great. I would have thought so, but hey, people get overlooked. So there was that chance when he mentioned that. But I did look 25 years ago, Michelle. That's when 25 seasons ago is when your Lady Rockets got second in the state tournament. Can you believe it? And
yeah,
what a talent you were, man! Goodness.
Well, thanks. I enjoyed playing. I got to play with some great teammates, and it was just a lot of fun. And so that's why I'm trying to teach these kids that hopefully basketball is fun and want them to enjoy it. So
yeah. Well, you're making they respect you and they'll pay attention to you, and they have. So, how many years have you been? Coaching the Lady Rockets now?
I don't. You ask hard questions. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I'm tough. Lucky I'm not a
They
school
always give
teacher.
me a hard time too. The reporters do, because they're like, you never know your
if you
record.
Don't know,
and I was like,
if you don't remember me, just say no, or I don't want to answer that question. I'll go on the next thing. It's no big deal. I'm easy.
I never know the record, because I said I don't worry about the record. I said I just want to know if we're getting better.
A lot of coaches are like that. Next time I have you on in the new year, I'm gonna come back with all multiple choice.
Oh gosh, then I got to get a grade.
yeah. So no, thanks for coming on, and good luck at Mascoutah. You don't have anything in between, right? So the Mascoutah tournament is next. Okay, not hiding another game on me somewhere, but good luck over there, and have a great Christmas too. Okay.
Well, thank you very much.
Say
have a good Christmas.
Yes, tell your sisters congrats too.
I will. It was good talking to you.
All right, we'll see you.
All right, bye.
Yeah, she's sneaky. Michelle Hossider, Burunick, and another good team over at Oakville. Brian Perks gets his chance to respond later on. We had Trent Purcell on. Trent, have a great Christmas if I failed to mention that to you. I meant to. I really did. I got to make notes of everything, otherwise it won't come across. Let's take a break. We'll snap back with a sports flashback on Talkin' Sports.
Seaver Brothers has what you're looking for. Take a spin with Seaver Brothers and drive home in your new or pre-owned Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, or Dodge truck today. Let Seaver Brothers give you the car buying experience that no other dealership can offer. Seaver Brothers stands behind their products and also has an outstanding service department with qualified technicians to keep your vehicles running strong. Stop by Seaver Brothers, 811 Washington Street in Carlisle, or call 594-2624 for your next Seaver Brothers sales associate.
Insuring your home and auto with Pekin Insurance equals a sizable discount. Farmers State Bank Insurance Department may save you as much as 30% on homeowners premiums and up to 15% on auto premiums if you insure both with Pekin Insurance. Call Farmers State Bank Insurance Department at 495-2965 for details about multi-policy discounts and learn what beyond the expected coverage and savings are all about.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal government agency, not guaranteed by the bank, may go down in value.
Hi, I'm Dr. Tim Draghi, a general dentist from Breeze, Illinois, who sedates patients with pills. I treat a lot of patients who have not been to the dentist in 10 to 20 years. Most had a bad experience as a child. Others are embarrassed to go or are concerned the dentist will scold them. We know these feelings are real and believe in listening to your problems and concerns. I will do all of this without putting you down or making you feel guilty. My team and I want to make a difference in the way you feel about dentistry. Please call me, Dr. Tim Draghi, at 526-2020 to schedule an appointment, or look at our website at breezedentalcare.com, where sedation dentistry is an option for you to take care of your teeth without anxiety.
New in 2017, Dr. Draghi and Dr. Santel are in-network providers with many insurance companies. New patients are welcome and most emergencies seen immediately. If you are looking for a happy dental home and would like to talk to the insurance coordinator about your insurance options, Breeze Dental Care would be glad to help. Call 526-2020.
Welcome to our music warehouse. Lucky you're not the one who has to refile all these CDs. Playing everything.
You've got Max 96.7.
Hey, sports fans, Rip here on a Wednesday night in the Carlisle Meat Market Studio, where the time is 6:39. That time drop is brought to you by Breeze Furniture, Jan's Uniforms. How about that Carlisle Lady Indians, Westland Lady Warriors game Monday night? Kylie Smith had a charity toss with 1.7 to play for the win. Oh, yeah, it took 4 OTs, so that's been the game of the week. Let's flashback.
It's flashback.
Get ready to flash back with the Easy In Travel Sports Flashback. Escape to paradise with Easy In Travel and Breeze. Call 526-2201.
This is from November 6th of this year, so it's a recent flashback. It's baseball, and it's Hoffman proud. Hoffman's proud, period. Brian Eversgerd, welcome back to the big leagues. Welcome back to our hometown Cardinals.
Well, I sure appreciate it, Rip. It, as you can imagine, I'm ecstatic about it. I'm really looking forward to being back in the big leagues, obviously. And it's great to be a Cardinal again.
Doesn't get any better. Yeah, I doubt that smile has left your face since that. And I do. You do. Everybody realizes the largest chip was the Cardinals pitching coach job. But I'm, as you can tell there, the feeling is you're feeling quite pleased with that pen coach tag, and why not? That's a tremendous opportunity. Another good step.
Yeah, absolutely. And, typically I think guys go from the bullpen. Rarely do they go from the minor leagues to the big league pitching coach. It's a job that, it takes some getting used to. And I think, it'll be a good transition. May in the future get a chance to be the pitching coach, but the bullpen coach is going to be incredible, and I really, really look forward to it. I love the bullpen. I spent a lot of years there.
A Shell expert is underwater to demonstrate the importance of protection. My partner will play your engine, menaced by performance-robbing gunk, and playing the engine gunk, 3 man-eating sharks. Don't worry, folks. His shark cage represents Shell nitrogen-enriched gasolines. Release the sharks! All 3 grades of Shell nitrogen-enriched gasolines act as a barrier that helps shield and protect critical engine parts. So go ahead, folks. Protect your engine with Shell nitrogen-enriched gasolines.
Fill up at your area clean and convenient CC Food Mart locations. Companies are hiring again. That's good news. Bad news, you don't have the skills they're looking for. Kaskaskia College can fix that. KC's welding technology program can set you up with the skills industries are looking for. More good news, classes are available at KC's Trenton Center or Crisp Technology Center. Call Sean Morris at 545-3406. The demand is there, the pay is there. Where are you? Kaskaskia College, your future starts here. Planning a remodel or building a new home? Ideal Home Solutions in Trenton can get you started. Ideal Home Solutions has quartz, granite, solid surface, and laminate, with granite starting at just $49 per square foot. Ideal Home Solutions proudly sells Haas cabinets and specializes in custom showers, any size to fit your space. From tubs, whirlpools, vanity tops, windowsills, you're covered. Schedule a free in-home estimate today, 224-2500, or see their showroom at 102 West Broadway in Trenton.
For the first time ever, Gateway Motorsports Park will transform into a holiday spectacle when the biggest and brightest holiday tradition comes alive. It's Magic of Lights, a huge 1.5 mile long drive-through holiday light experience. Amazing light displays and millions of lights make this new tradition a can't miss for the whole family. One carload, one price. Brought to you in part by the Illinois Office of Tourism and Illinois South Tourism. Now through New Year's Day. Tickets at magicoflights.com. Just 5 minutes from the arch at Gateway Motorsports Park.
We tell you our music library contains an embarrassment of riches. Except nothing embarrasses us. Playing everything.
This is Max 96.7.
Welcome once again as we continue on here. Rip here in the Carlisle Meat Market Studio. Are you heading out soon to buy, hey, cars, trucks, whatever? Christmas is another good time. I just want to remind you that it doesn't have to, car buying, let's put it doesn't have to suck, okay? And it's not gonna. At Diane Chevrolet in Trenton, they respect your time. That's a big part of it. And you don't have to be there for long periods, for hours, unless you want to hang out, enjoy some popcorn, coffee, speak cars. That'd be good. They'll get to know your needs, most importantly, and they're going to help. They're going to do all they can. Well, they're going to get it done. They'll help you find the right vehicle so you can make an informed decision. Take all that second guessing out of it. Financing options are easy, too, and there's absolutely no pressure to buy. Diane works for you. See Diane for your next vehicle and see how easy it is to get behind the wheel of the car you want and need. DianeChevrolet.com. Saturday morning, we have Weston Warriors basketball coach Brent Brady from the one of the newest Centralia Sports Hall of Fame members, John Mouse Garrett, the former SIU star and Hall of Famer down there. What's next here tonight? Brian Perks, the coach of the Highland Bulldogs. He is up next.
McKendree University is a great place to continue your sports career. It's also a great place to continue your education. McKendree offers a wide range of degrees, including master's degrees in business, nursing, education, and professional counseling. If you'd like, you can access McKendree's quality education through the flexibility of online degrees. To learn more about McKendree, log on to McKendreeOnline.com or call 1-800-BEARCAT. McKendree University is ready when you are.
When's the last time you had your eyes checked? Schedule an eye exam today at Breeze Family Vision Center or Lebanon Optometric Center. I'm Dr. Claire Thorpe-Klinsky, and if it's been more than a year, you might need a new prescription. If you use a computer regularly or are suffering from allergies, those both can be causes of eye strain or fatigue. Schedule a complete eye health exam today to find out if your eyes are healthy. We may be able to detect glaucoma and other eye diseases early. At Breeze Family Vision and Lebanon Optometric Center, we examine more than just your vision.
Southern Bus and Mobility is your Brawnability dealer in Breeze. Brawnability features the broadest lineup of wheelchair-accessible vehicles with more brands, entry types, features, and price points than any other manufacturer in the industry. See for yourself at Southern Bus and Mobility why a new or certified pre-owned wheelchair-accessible Brawnability vehicle is the only way to go. Call 526-4131 or stop by just east of Breeze on Old Route 50.
Monken Nissan is celebrating its 50th anniversary with a 2017 Nissan Armada Platinum H970 1849 for $49,115. It's Wes Monken's demo and it's $14,250 off MSRP. To learn more, visit their new Nissan website at monkennissan.com.
From my family to yours, with guaranteed satisfaction. Monken's the one. Monken's the one.
I'd
like to start a campaign to blow the buttons off people's radios. Is that realistic?
This is Max 96.7.
We are back for the wrap-up, an important one it is, in the Carlisle Meat Market Studio. We've taken a listen to Trent Purcell and Michelle Burunick. Big baller or Bitcoin, that's the conversation. I should have never started on Twitter. Oh, man, this guy from Memphis. All I know is I won't invest in anything that Big Baller proposes out there and Daddy LeVar, but that's beside it. Let's get to the local scene where the hoops is all important, and with us on the Tucker Electric guest line is Highland Bulldogs coach Brian Perks. Brian, welcome back to Talkin' Sports. It's been a little while.
Thanks, Rip. It's good to be back.
Well, we just had to get you on because your team comes into Breeze Mater Day in several days now as the second seed, so you obviously have a good ball club. You proved it all year long, but you kind of put a bow on that notion by edging the Orphans at Centralia Saturday night.
They don't lose many games down there, so
no.
it was a nice win for us.
Yeah, they don't lose many anywhere, and you won it 47-46. You had an 11-point lead or so for a while in the first half, but as you probably figured could happen too, it evaporated against the Orphans at Trout Arena.
Yeah, it was pretty early, in
early.
The first half. It might have actually been in the first quarter that we had an 11-point lead, but they're going to make a run at you, and I think we knew that. They hit some threes, and we were still up 6 at half, but about 45 seconds into the second half, they had nailed 2 3-pointers, and it was tied, and after that, it was a dogfight.
Brady Feldman, he pulled the trigger for you. He must be a nice ball player.
He has no fear, Rip. He's not afraid to fail, and he's going to step up and take big shots for you and try to make big plays. Sometimes that confidence gets him into a little bit of trouble where he tries to do too much sometimes. But I'm glad Brady's on our team.
Now, you ended up falling behind in the fourth, right? And that's when he picked you up and really carried you to the finish line?
Yeah, we fell behind actually a couple times. They came down and knocked down a 3-pointer and took a 2-point lead. And then we came right back, and Feldman hit a shot from the wing, a 3-pointer that put us right back up, and he hit a couple big free throws, and we had other kids step up and make plays, and really the last minute and a half, 2 minutes, it was back and forth. It was an exciting game.
Looking forward to seeing him at the Mater Day Christmas tournament. Just 5'9" is what you have him listed at, but he packs a punch. And Sam Laporta, now he's a football player and a very good one too, right?
He's a basketball player and a very good one also, but he's a great athlete. Yeah, Sam had a phenomenal football season for the football team, as did a lot of kids. The football team was really good.
But he's a load at 6'4", and he's got good size, and so he'll be a handful for whoever suits up against him.
He's really improved his perimeter game, and that was something that we stressed to him in the off season, and he's quite capable of knocking the 15-footer down now. He's actually hit a couple 3-pointers for us this year. I don't think Sam had any 3-pointers last year, but he continues to get better and better, and probably the best athlete I've ever coached. I don't know if he's the best basketball player I've ever coached, but he certainly is the best athlete.
You're interested in this season, of course, but he has another one after this. I was thinking he was a senior. We had your football coach on at the end of their campaign, but so the Dogs are now 7-2. You handed Centralia their first defeat of the year after 8 consecutive. Oh, before we get away from the Orphans, Javon Williams Jr., talk about an athlete. He's going down to SIU for the gridiron, and he's tough on that hard court too.
Oh, he really
Bruiser.
is. Yeah, I tell you what, he's pretty solid. So we certainly had our hands full. Yes.
So who else, Brian, is in your lineup on a regular or mostly regular basis? Who else will we see?
We start 4 juniors, and we just have the 1 senior. So Brady Feldman and Sam Laporta, Jake Cruz, and Stephen Torrey are all juniors, and then our lone senior starter is Steven Snares.
My goodness. So this is Highlands always had some good athletes and some good team. Maybe not all in the same year necessarily, but quite often it does happen. But football, basketball, baseball, track, it's a great group up there.
It really is. It's a nice program up there. They've got a great facility, and just everything's coming together here for the last couple of years for us, and we're very excited about this year and also down the road for next year.
You probably have some pretty good players who come off the Pines too, huh?
We do. We've got Jack Etter, who's a junior, who this is the first time he's played since his 8th grade year, and he continues to get better and better. And a couple seniors, Jonathan Dickman and Cameron Altadonna, have really helped us off the bench. So you're not going to be 7-2 at this stage with just 5 guys. So our bench is extremely important to our success.
Cameron Altadonna, yeah, there's a Centralia connection for you there too. Altadonna is a great name all the time, but number 2 seed, that's what you drew at the Mater Dei Christmas tournament, and just your overall view of the tournament field, the 2 pools and such. You're quite familiar with it, of course. Let's see, this is your 2nd year at Highland now, right? Or 3rd?
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
2nd, yeah. So your team ended up down there last year, but it should be a good event. Looks pretty stacked. I don't know if anybody's actually seen that Briarcrest team, but they're always good.
Yeah, I think the word that they had on them is that they were undefeated, and they're always solid. I know they have a number of their kids back from last year, but the tournament is pretty typical. You're going to play 5 pretty good teams in 4 days, and if you don't play well, you're not going to win. There's no gimmies, I don't think, in either pool. And like I said, you have to play well to win games in that tournament.
That first day, when you have 2 games, like you do, like Carlisle does, in fact, you square off against them at 10:30 on the opening day. That's also important. That can make a difference in a hurry.
Now you tell the kids, you can't win the tournament on day 1, but you can certainly lose it. So you've got to get out of the gate, and you've got to play well. I saw Carlisle play last week, and we're going to have our hands full. Andy does a great job there. Those kids play hard, and our kids better bring it, or Carlisle will beat us.
They lost on a last-second shot last night here at home against Columbia. 3-ball, I believe, from the near corner. They were down by 8 at one point in the last quarter. They came back, but the Eagles eked it out. So this is still, I guess it still seems a little unique for you to come down to Breeze with your team, with a team other than in Mater Dei. It's a little different situation. You'll be a little more settled to that effect this season, this Christmas break, I guess.
Yeah, I'm a little more settled in. Mater Dei's moved on. I've certainly moved on. Both, I think, in good places right now. So I'm certainly more comfortable at Highland this year than I was last year. And time does that. I've gotten to know the kids a little bit better. They're certainly have gotten to know me a little bit better, and things are certainly a lot smoother this year for me at Highland.
You also know the families better, which is a big deal around here.
Really, we've got some great families. We've got some great parents who they've got a basketball association connected with the high school through the parents, and they just have given us phenomenal support. We've had a couple team meals already, and they really helped fund our trip this past summer when we went to the University of Wisconsin for our team camp.
Oh, and, you did.
Just phenomenal support up at Highland.
I've always liked that gymnasium too, and it's held some pretty special events too, shootouts and such.
Yeah, the University of Wisconsin is beautiful. We took the kids to the student union, which is right on a lake, and it was a neat experience for them.
But even where you play, I love that. I love everything about that facility there too. And let's see here, Brian. We've got Mater Dei, Christ Star Rock, Highland. You were somewhere before MD, right?
I've bounced around a little bit. I actually started my coaching career at Cesar Valera. I was down there for just a year. I went up north to a little small school called Reddick, but that has consolidated since, and came back to Southern Illinois and was at Coulterville for
Coulterville's the one I'm thinking of. When we had
Yeah.
when you took the Christ Star Rock job, I forgot about those previous two that you mentioned though too. So that's the coaching tree for most.
Yeah, it's I've had good experiences at each and every place, and have learned different things at each and every place. So I would not have done it any differently. I've enjoyed all my stops, and this is probably it, Rip. This is probably my last stop, I think, here at Highland.
You just may put together a string of years there, and your team for sure. It's battle tested. Not only the record at 7-2 over 3-0 in conference. Now those games, I didn't see those games, but there were some close ones. Of course, the Mississippi Valley is very competitive too. But I know you had a 1-point win, a 6-point win by maybe 6 or 8, something like that. So nothing's come easy in league play.
Oh, there's just not much separation in our conference from top to bottom, and every game's going to be tough. Everybody, each and every team was bringing back a number of players from last year. So, going into the conference, I knew it was going to be tough. I knew we had a chance, as does Muscuda, as does Civic, as does Triad, and Jerseyville's young, but they got some really, really good young kids in their program. So it's a battle night in and night out in that conference.
MD is up next, but Jerseyville, you also play there. Is it in January, that mid-season?
Correct.
Mid-season tournament over there?
Mm-hmm.
Where do they draw from mostly? Metro?
Well, meaning what teams are in
Yes.
Jersey? Quincy Notre Dame comes down for
Quincy does?
Collinsville is in it, Cahokia, us, and Jerseyville. So it's a tough little tournament.
Oh,
and,
so it's just a few teams. I didn't know how many. Yeah.
Yes, it's just a round robin
Okay.
round robin tournament. So that happens in January.
But first things first, it's the Breeze Mater Day Christmas tournament and so forth. So as in your case in particular, we're talking to you. You're definitely pleased, more than pleased with your team, but not satisfied. You want to keep it going.
Always trying to get better. I told him tonight at practice, let's not make that Centralia game the highlight of our year. We think that there's bigger and better things ahead for us, and we need to continue to improve. And, there's no gimmies out there anymore. Each and every team works at it. Each and every coach works at it. And, it's to the point, if you don't play well, you're not going to win games. And really, that's the way it should be. You have to play well, and it's difficult to win basketball games out there.
But that's an important point to stress. I mean, Centralia, that is a huge victory for most teams when they knock off the Orphans. The good news is you've got time. It's probably good news that you have time between your next game, in this case, the tournament.
Yeah, the kids feel very good about themselves. And I told them, I said, go ahead and enjoy the victory for a couple of nights. But, we do have to get back to work. And when we roll into the holiday tournament, Carlisle doesn't care if we beat Centralia or not. We're going to have to go out there and outplay them to win that game.
Okay, Brian, good to have you join us again, and good luck in the tournament and the rest of the season. Say hello to all the good folks up at Highland.
I will, Rip. Thanks.
All right. Brian Perks of the Highland Bulldogs. Our thanks to him. Have a great Christmas, too. Only 1 out of 3 I remember tonight. 1 out of 3. Have a super Christmas. Brian, Michelle, and Trent. That'll cover. They can go back and hear this on replay. Everything will be fine. Can't remember it all. As you get older, some of that stuff slips away. Yeah. Hey, it's already up on Facebook. Yesterday was Tuesday, but check it out. It's not too late. Go out and check out my timeline for the Brett's Wildlife Talking Sports poll. This one is about what? Oh, yeah, it's about the Cardinals. Which Cardinals player should be the next to have his number retired by the team? That was kind of prompted by Kobe Bryant. He had 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers retired. What's the deal? I think he thanked himself. I think he kissed himself. I think he bowed down to him. But anyway, that's what that prompted. I threw out Chris Carpenter, Kurt Flood, Willie McGee, and Ted Simmons. I went with Flood, but the reviews are coming in, the choices and the comments and so forth. So if you want to do that every Tuesday, 4:30, the Brett's Wildlife Talking Sports poll on Facebook, on my timeline. It's simple to find. We'll see you Saturday morning with Brent Brady and John Mouse Garrett and somebody else in Trivia 2. This is Talking Sports, Real Sports Talk on Max 96.7 WCXO.
Talkin' Sports on Max 96.7 was powered by Hoffman Supermarket, the only choice for quality meats and friendly service. Talkin' Sports was brought to you by Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan and Centralia. Kaskaskia College, the future's yours at Kaskaskia College. Emin Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. Diane Chevrolet in Trenton. McKendree University in Lebanon. Ideal Home Solutions in Trenton. Farmers State Bank Insurance Department in Hoffman. Seaver Brothers in Carlisle. And by Becker Jewelers, with locations in Breeze and Highland, and always online at beckerjewelers.com. Thank you for joining us for this WCXO sports presentation of Talkin' Sports on Max 96.7.